An instant disco success in 1976, this group was also among the most seasoned vocal groups of the era with a strong foundation in traditional R&B. The centerpiece of today's video is all about Double Exposure. Before we start, let's be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push the notification bell to be sure you won't miss on any more uploads. Now without further ado, let's cue that intro. Today's story begins with childhood friends who sang together in church choirs. Leonard Davis, Joe Harris, Charles Whittington, and Jimmy Williams formed a group named United Image in 1961. They worked the Chitlin circuit in the 60s, and in 1971, after they added Ron Akins and links with a DJ and producer and cut a single for Stack subsidiary Volt Records. These singles were Love's Creeping Up on Me, and I'll Keep Coming Back. Subsequent work on an album with Bunny Sigler, Alan Felder, and Norman Harris was scrapped when Stax's distribution deal with CBS went sour. United Image rebounded in 1974 with The African Bump, produced and independently released by Jesse James. Norman Harris arranged an audition for the group at the Nascent Sawzo Records, which led to a deal in the singers partnering with Harris production partners, Ron Baker, and Earl Young, and many other Philly soul luminaries. The original quartet of singers renamed themselves Double Exposure and debuted in 1976 with 10%. The song missed the top of Billboard's disco chart by one spot and crossed over to the R&B and pop charts, peaking respectively at the 63rd and 54th positions. The album, 10%, which was released in 1976, boasted the additional charting singles My Love Is Free,
Yeah, oh baby. But every time
and Every Man.
said it got to carry, it got to change.
The group made impressions on the pop and R&B album charts. Norman Harris, Ron Kersey, and Ron Tyson produced Foreplay, a 1978 follow-containing version of Newsy Neighbors that narrowly missed the pop chart. The third and final album, Locker Room, helmed by Kersey, Bunny Sigler, Ron Baker, and Bruce Hawes, yielded I Got the Hots for You.
I've got the hots for you, baby. The way you dance turn me on.
Double Exposure fulfilled its contractual obligation to Salzo and left the label in 1980. Although most of the members got day jobs with the exception of Jimmy Williams, who briefly performed with the Tramps. The group returned in 1981 with After All This Time, which was released on the Chicago-based Gold Coast label.
And then I knew it's for you that my heart is bleeding. And
Williams released a solo Salzo single in 1983 and a lower profile second single in 1987. Double Exposure performed occasionally with different lineups throughout the next few decades, during which they recorded only once, releasing Soul Recession in 2009. In October of 2016, Jimmy Williams passed away after a long bout with cancer. After his passing, along with the illness and passing of Charles Whittington in 2023, generated one relevant question: was Double Exposure done for? Vowing to keep the group alive, Butch and Joe launched a search for two replacements, and after a few months of auditioning singers, they finally found the guys they were looking for: Lorenzo Bell and Kenny Pitt. Now, before we go, I have a question for you all. What is your favorite song from Double Exposure?